Hello friends, welcome back to my channel English Notes. Today's topic of my notes is Summary of Pygmalion by G.B. Shaw. So let's start. Characters. Professor Henry Higgins. Henry Higgins is a professor of phonetics who plays Pygmalion to Eliza Doolittle's Galati. He is the author of Higgins' Universal Alphabet, believes in concepts like visible speech, and uses all manner of recording and photographic material to document in phonetic subjects, reducing people and their dialects into what he sees as readily understandable units. He is an unconventional man who goes in the opposite direction from the rest of society in most matter. Indeed, he is impatient with high society, forgetful in his public grace, and poorly considerate of normal social niceties. The only reason the world has not turned against him is because he is at heart a good and harmless man. His biggest fault is that he can be a bully. Eliza Doolittle. She is not at all a romantic figure. So is she in so is she introduced in Act 1. Everything about Eliza Doolittle seems to defy any conventional notion we might have about the romantic heroine. When she is transformed from a sassy, smart-mouthed capstone flower girl with deplorable English to a regal figure fit to consort with nobility, innate it has less to do with her innate qualities as a heroine than with the fairy tale aspect of the transformation myth itself. In other words, the character of Eliza Doolittle comes across as being much more instrumental than fundamental. The real making of Eliza Doolittle happens after the ambassador's party, when she decides to make a statement for her own dignity against Higgins' insensitive treatment. This is when she becomes not a duchess but an independent woman, and this explains why Higgins begins to see Eliza not as a mill around his neck but as a creature worthy of his admiration. Colonel Pickering. Colonel Pickering, the author of Spoken Sanskrit, is a match of Higgins in his passion for phonetics, but where Higgins is a boorish, careless bully, Pickering is always considerate and a genuinely gentleman. He says little of note in the play and appears most of all to be a civilized foil to Higgins' barefoot, absent-minded, crazy professor. He helps in the Eliza Doolittle experiment by making a wager of it, saying he will cover the cost of the experiment if Higgins does indeed make a convincing duchess of her. However, while Higgins only manages to teach Eliza pronunciations, it is Pickering's thoughtful treatment towards Eliza that teaches her to respect herself. Alfred Doolittle is Eliza's father, an elderly but vigorous dustman who has had at least 6 wives and who seems equally free from fear and conscience. When he learns that his daughter has entered the home of Henry Higgins, he immediately pursues to see if he can get some money out of the circumstances. His unique brand of rhetoric and unembarrassed, unhypocritical advocacy of drink and pleasure is amusing to Higgins. Through Higgins' joking recommendation, Doolittle become a richly endowed lecturer. Doolittle becomes a richly endowed lecturer to a moral reform society, transforming him from lowly dustman to a picture of middle class morality. He becomes miserable. Throughout, Alfred is a scoundrel who is willing to sell his daughter to make a few pounds, but he is one of the few unaffected characters in the play, unmasked by appearance or language. Though scandalous, his speech are honest at point. It even seems that he might be Shaw's wise piece of social criticism. Mrs. Higgins is a stately lady in her 60s who sees the Eliza Doolittle experiment as idiocy. Who sees the Eliza Doolittle experiment as idiocy and Higgins and Pickering as senseless children. She is the first and only character to have any qualm about the whole affair. When her worries prove true, it is It is to her that all the characters turns because no woman can match up to his mother. Higgins claims he has no interest in dialing with them to observe the mother of Pygmalion, who completely understands all of his failing and inadequacies, is a good contrast to the mythic proportions to which Higgins built himself in his self-estimations as a scientist of phonetics and a creator of duchess. Introduction. Pygmalion is written by George Bernard Shaw. The play of Pygmalion is a comedy that consists of ideas which is concerned with manners and class. It is a criticism of social barriers and class distinctions, and it upholds the ideal of equal opportunities of wealth and education for all, regardless of class and gender. Now, summary. Pygmalion is set in London in the early 1900s. In this play, the major characters are Henry Higgins, Colonel Pickering, and Eliza Doolittle. Henry Higgins is a professor in phonetics. He is mature and authoritative single man in his 40s. He transforms a common flower girl into duchess by teaching her how to speak correctly. However, he is surprised to learn that his creations has acquired human emotions and he has fallen in love with him. Colonel Pickering is Colonel Pickering is the author of a spoken Sanskrit and an expert on the subject. Colonel Pickering is the author of spoken Sanskrit and an expert on the subject. Pickering thus functions as a foil of Higgins. In fact, Eliza insists in the last act that it was Pickering's courteous, gentlemanly conduct and kindness of heart that really transformed her into a lady. Eliza Doolittle is the flower girl. She is young and about 20, who is transformed into a duchess. The play charts has growth and development from a helpless being into an independent woman of strength and character. Two old gentlemen meet in the rain one night at Covent Garden. Professor Higgins is a scientist of phonetics, and Colonel Pickering is a linguist of Indian dialects. The first bet the other that he can, with his knowledge of phonetics, convince High London society that in a matter of months he will be able to transform the Cockney speaking Covent Garden, the flower girl Eliza Doolittle, into a woman as poised as well spoken as the Duchess. The next morning, the girl appears at his. The next morning, girl. The next morning, girl appears at his laboratory on Wimpole Street to ask for speech lessons, offering to pay a shilling so that she may speak properly enough to work in a flower shop. Higgins makes merciless fun of her, but is seduced by the idea of working his magic on her. Pickering goads him on by agreeing to cover the cost of the experiments if Higgins can pass Eliza off as a duchess at an ambassador's garden party. The challenge is taken, and Higgins starts by having his housekeeper bathe Eliza and gives her new clothes. Then Eliza's father, Alfred Doolittle, comes to demand the return of his daughter, though his real intention is to hit Higgins up for some money. The professor, amused by Doolittle's unusual rhetoric, gives him £5. On his way out, the dustman fails to recognize the now clean, pretty flower girl as his daughter. For a number of months, Higgins trains Eliza to speak properly. Two trial for Eliza follow. The first occurs at Higgins' mother's home, where Eliza is introduced to the Ainsford Hills, a trio of mother, daughter, and son. The son, Freddie, is very attracted to her and further taken with what he thinks is her affected small talk when she slipped into Cockney. Mrs. Higgins worries that the experiment will lead to problems once it is ended, but Higgins and Pickering are too absorbed in their game to take heed. The second trial, which takes place some months later at the ambassador's party, is a resounding success. The wager is definitely won, but Higgins and Pickering are now bored with the project, which causes Eliza to be hurt. She throws Higgins' slippers at him in a rage because she does not know what is to become of her, thereby bewildering him. He suggests she marry somebody. She returns him the hide jewelry and he accuses her of ingratitude. The following morning, Higgins rushes to his mother in a panic because Eliza has run away. On his tail is Eliza's father, now unhappily rich from the trust of a decided millionaires who took to heart Higgins' recommendation that Doolittle was England's most original moralist. Mrs. Higgins, who has been hiding Eliza upstairs all along, chits the two of chits the two of them for playing with the girl's affection. When she enters, Eliza thanks Pickering for always treating her like a lady, but threatens Higgins that she will go work with his rival phonetician Nepomuk. The outraged Higgins cannot help but start to admire her. As Eliza leaves for her father's wedding, Higgins shouts out a few errands for her to run, amusing that she will return to him at Wimpole Street. Eliza, who has a lovelorn sweetheart, is ready, and the wherewithal to pass as a duchess never makes it clear whether she will or not. In conclusion, Pygmalion is a great read on how people interact with someone because of their self-presentation. The diction showed how it can change in one being and how other can change towards one. It shows conflict in society and in oneself of examining what one is used to and how one is treated. Lastly, the book shows that the point of view depicted upon one is not always what one sees but what one lives. So friends, this is my notes on Pygmalion. I hope you like it. If you really like this video, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you.